one, so it's going to start out kind of slow. But as you can see, you got your reticle. Right now I'm using a bumpers and buttons configuration where I'm firing with the bumpers and the triggers, where this one up here is blue, this one is red. You can also use the colored buttons if you want to, or we have a keyboard configuration for the PC where the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 use the different colors. And when you have up to 4 players, everybody has their own turret down here on the bottom. The levels get progressively harder the more players you have. So when you have 4 people, there's going to be a lot more enemies on the screen. They take more hits to destroy, so everybody gets to do their fair share of work. And that's really, I think, when the game shines. It's a lot of fun to play single player, but when you have a bunch of people all trying to do the same thing and all trying to compete to get the best score, that's where it really kind of comes alive. And then here you'll see the upgrade screen. We just got 5 points to spend, so I can get some bullet damage. I can do a little aim assist, rate of fire. You got shield recharge. When you're single player, you can buy more turrets to help you out. You got screen clearing bombs. And then we got an auto support turret that kind of moves back and forth and just shoots on its own. So I'll do a little rate of fire, a little aim assist. And the nice thing is, you can see up here, right now I got 1 upgrade point, but if I change my mind, I can always take it back. And that way you can try out different builds. Let's say you play a level and you're like, I really need some more damage. I can knock something down, increase your bullet damage. So it's pretty versatile. Lets you try out a lot of different things without being penalized for, you know, maybe choosing the wrong upgrade sometime. Now you see we got blue. Right now you see we got a recharging shield down here. What happens is if you let an enemy, actually let that guy hit the screen, when he hits the temple you're protecting down there, your shield is going to go down, and then you got health right here. And if somebody else hits before your shield recharges, you take a hit. You got 3 hits before you're dead, but you can buy upgrades to make your shield recharge faster. I think it starts out at a 10-second recharge, and you can see it's back up now. But the more points you put in shield recharge, the more you can get hit and not take damage. And then at the end of the level, we have special upgrade points where if you didn't take a hit all level, you get bonus points. And then we have bonus ships that also fly through, and when you defeat those, you get bonus points as well. So the better you play, the more upgrade points you can get. So you see here, I only got 4 instead of 5 since I took a hit. So do a little more in rate of fire. And then you enter the battle, play the next one. Now your bullets are going much faster. You got red going, you got blue going. And this level we're also going to introduce a new enemy. So now that you're comfortable firing 2 colors, we're going to make sure you can defeat enemies that don't move straight down at you. I think I'm coming up in just a minute here. Right there, those are escape pods, that little tiny thing. I should have waited a second. They don't do that much in single player, but in multiplayer, escape pods give you a big point bonus. So when one of those comes on the screen, everyone's going to be rushing to get the escape pod first, so that way they can get more points for the end of the round. There's another one right there. I think in just a second I got some... The next wave of enemies you got is guys that move in a sine wave pattern, so they're much harder to track. They look different, so that way as soon as an enemy comes on the screen, you can immediately tell what it's going to do. We wanted to make sure the user, whenever they're playing a game, would know how to prioritize the enemies. These guys move in a sine wave pattern, they're a little faster, so you're probably going to want to take them out first before the other guys. You're going to have much more time to take these guys out before they hit the screen. The level designer for all these, so it's not usually going to be so easy when someone else is playing it, but I'm just giving you a good tour of what the game can show you just in a couple of levels. So there we cleared the level, we got 4 points, we didn't take a hit, we got an extra skill point bonus, now we got 5 points. We'll increase bullet damage some. game has 30 levels. After every 10 levels, you fight a boss enemy. And we have 3 different bosses, all with different abilities, different patterns to memorize. The nice thing about the game too is once you're playing a game, the game will save your progress when you stop. And it's kind of like the Mario game for the Wii, where when you load up a new game, anybody that wants to join in can, and the level will automatically change based on how many players are playing. So let's say I get to level 5 by myself, I stop, I grab some lunch, later on some friends come over, they can all join in, you can all play level 5 at the added difficulty. So, you know, I don't have to start a new game just because people come by. You got a little skill point bonus there for getting that spy ship. And as you can see, we've got enemies coming in faster, they're coming in 2 sides of the screen, so that little extra rate of fire and aim assist is really going to help us out. Ships killed, so an extra 2 points. Now I got 7 points to spend on upgrades to the next level. So the better you do, the more points you're going to get and the more awesome your turrets are going to become. But we've balanced the game where if you're not doing that well, you're just kind of a casual player, it's still going to be totally possible to get to the game and beat the game. So we want to make sure we didn't penalize somebody where you get to level 14 and all of a sudden, because you haven't done so well, you can't beat the game. So we try to make sure it's balanced all the way through. Which is definitely one of the harder parts. We don't want to make it too easy if you're good, but we don't make it too hard if you're not that great. So I think we made a game that is really fun to jump in. It starts out slow enough that anybody can play, but it gets difficult enough that it's going to provide a challenge for you and it's not just going to be something boring to do. It's family friendly, there's no gore, there's no profanity, you know, you can play it in front of your kids or whatever, you know, kids can pick it up and enjoy it, so it's a very accessible game. I think it's going to do really well, especially when people sit down and play it. You know, we've seen people when they watch the game, like, oh, it looks kind of cool. The minute you play it, people start to get addicted to it. You play it with friends, and they get really competitive right away. It's really, really cool to see. So here you see we got green guys coming out too. So now we got red, blue, and green. And so just like Guitar Hero 2, like I said, it starts out kind of slow. You know, your first couple songs, maybe you just got a couple notes. Then we start to add more notes. They start to get faster and faster. Now we got these guys that come down. They go down and left and right. So now we got more enemies. We got different colors, combinations. You're going to run into bombers that come across the screen. You're going to run into what we call kamikaze guys. That the more you shoot them, the faster they go. We got a lot of stuff coming up.
I think I got